I'm Nikki, welcome back to my channel. I love all things home decor, wedding, and DIY. In today's video, I'm going to start a new series on my channel where I show you how to do wedding and event DIYs without a Cricut. There is a question up for debate for brides who are doing a lot of DIYing for their weddings. Is it necessary to get a Cricut or is it not? I am team yes, only if you are an avid crafter and you can see value in having a Cricut after the fact of your wedding. Does it save you money in the long run? I would say probably yes, but not everybody wants to dish over $300 for a Cricut. And I think that's totally understandable. A lot of people asked me when I DIY'd my wedding if I saved a lot of money doing the DIYs myself. My answer for that is probably, because I wasn't willing to purchase those things from somebody else at a higher value. Whereas I was okay and happy to make them myself because I like to create things all the time. This series of a Cricut-free DIY for your wedding isn't going to be like bi-weekly or anything like that. I'm just going to have a picture that I put on my thumbnails that will indicate that this is a Cricut-free DIY. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make escort cards. I think the tent escort cards are a good, simple way of doing it, but I think they are becoming a trend of the past. I think people want more advanced and more cutesy, personalized escort cards. In this video, I'm going to be showing you two different options, and both you will not need a Cricut for. As always, my free template and the supplies used for this video are linked in the description box. And while you are there, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel and like down below. What you will need for this first DIY: my free template, textured paper, ribbon, scissors, and a ruler. You will open up my template and this is what you will see. I have two different options for you depending on the needs you have for your escort cards. I have the first one, which will be sat at their assigned seat at their table. The second sheet will have their name and table number. This would be something that you would see right when you entered into a reception and not at their seat. This is where they have an assigned table, but maybe not an assigned seat specifically. Today I'm going to be using the first page with just the name to show you guys how to do this. So I'm actually going to duplicate this because as we continue on, you are going to want to have all the names ready to go. From here, I'm going to click on each name and add whatever names I need for my seating chart. And luckily, I've already centered everything for you, so you should be able to keep it just as it is, unless the name is very long. And if you want to, you can click on the name and go over to fonts and choose different fonts. I recommend getting the pro version of Canva so that you can download whatever your font style you plan on using for your wedding so that everything is consistent. All right, so say we have pages and pages of all these names. What we are going to do is we're going to click share, download, and then I'm just going to do a PNG because it really doesn't matter. We're going to have quality all the way up and then we can keep the size as it is. And right now I'm just going to be downloading the first page because that's all that I have done. But if you had all of yours done completely, then you can just download them as you go. And click done. And click download. Now that your file is downloaded, you can go over to Word document or Google Docs, which both are generally the same process. So I'm in a Google Doc and I'm going to insert image, upload from computer, and we're going to upload that image. In order to make sure that your tags are approximately 3.5 by 2 inches, you're going to want to move all of your margins as far over as you possibly can. And then you're going to click on your image and then these three dots are going to appear and you're going to click those and click size and rotation. And for the width, we're going to do 8.5 so that it's your 8.5 by 11. And we're going to move that top margin up. So then it fits perfectly in your 8.5 by 11 paper so you can go to print. From here, we're going to say file, file, and print.
Here is what your paper should look like once you have printed it. I chose to print mine on textured paper from the craft store. Now we are going to use a ruler as a guide to help have even tears, making sure we are tearing away the outline markings. I have found that the more slack you have holding the paper, the more organic and less perfect looking the tear is. So that is personal preference. Now I'm going to fast forward through the rest of the cards. Using the circle guide on each card, I will punch a hole with the hole punch. Next, our place cards are ready for ribbon. I will cut 11 to 12 inches of ribbon for each card using a ruler. You can do different ribbon colors to match your theme, or you can have the ribbon color indicate to the waitstaff what meal your guest picked if you are having a plated dinner. Obviously, if you're having a buffet, this wouldn't matter. Lastly, you will fold your ribbon in half and feed it through the hole to create your knot. This DIY is quick and easy, so you can customize the color of the ribbon or the paper for whatever your wedding theme is.
For this next DIY, there are so many ways to customize it. Creating your escort cards out of clay creates an abundance of opportunities. You can do different colors, different paint colors, different shapes, your options are endless, which is what makes it so cool that it can be customizable. For this case, I use a leaf cookie cutter, which just gives it a more organic, interesting shape. For this DIY, you're going to need air-baked clay,
alphabet cookie stamps,
cookie cutter shape, rolling pin, and access to an oven.
I'm going to start this DIY by warming up the clay in my hands and flattening out as much as possible. I use popsicle sticks to help keep the thickness consistent as I roll out the clay. I decided to add some ground pepper to the clay to add some color and texture. Next, I will grab a cookie cutter in the size and shape I want. This is a 3-inch leaf cookie cutter from Amazon. Just note that if you use this one, you can only fit names with 8 or less letters on the specific cutout. You will be able to create about 12 leaf cutouts with one 8-ounce package of clay. After I have them all cut out, I will use alphabet cookie stamps to add the names to each leaf. If you are wanting to tie your clay piece onto something, you can use a straw to cut out a hole. Now we're going to place these in the oven for the time suggested on the back of your clay package. Mine said to bake for 15 minutes at 275. Once your clay pieces have cooled from the oven, you can leave them as is or you can paint the outline of the names. I tested out both acrylic paint and rough and buff. The rough and buff was definitely my favorite.
I absolutely love these DIYs. I think they'll be such a great touch to your wedding, and they all are completely customizable. Honestly, the options are endless. These are just your base ideas so that you can continue on and create whatever you want for your wedding day. Like I said before, please subscribe and like this video, and if you have any comments, leave them down below. I'm Nikki, and here are all of my social media handles if you want to keep up on my personal life. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.